Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. We're gonna do our makeup and I'm gonna use all the new releases. I got them all in here. I've got Athens as my main highlight. I've got Fiji highlight that I'm gonna use as a contour and a lip liner. Wildflower lip and cheek for my blush, my lips, and I'm gonna use it to correct my under eyes. We'll see how that works out. And then I got Nutmeg, the other highlight color, I'm gonna use as my bronzer. I've got Vanilla Dust because I am oily. And then I got the Balm. This is available in full size now. This is just a little guy. It's so good. I like to use it on my lips because I do run dry on my lips, but it's also great if you have dry patches. Now, if you're dry all over your face, go get moisturizer, but if you just get a little dry and flaky around your nose, put it in that area. I like to prep my under eyes with it, not a lot. I just press the tiniest amount under my eyes. But let's dig in. I'm going to use my two favorite brushes, the detail brush and the blush and bronzer. And I'm going to use the blush and bronzer for exactly what its name says, my blush and my bronzer. But the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the detail brush. I'm going to go in with my finger first, and we're going to go into Wildflower. So if you're wanting a swatch, you're in the right place. This is Wildflower. Somebody said it's very similar to Taffy. I'm really not looking to swatch that out right now, so I'll do that later. I am going to put a little on my finger, just like I used to in the olden days with Frenchie, and I'm going to place this under my eye and up. I have a little bit of darkness under my eye. Oh, this is a really nice color because it's not, it can be really light and pink, but it's going to give me that pink tone. Oh, that's really nice. I like this already. You can see it, but I like it already. I've tried other colors and I'm like, that ain't working. But using that balm first just makes it a really nice, oh, I got stuff, guys. We got to get that cleaned up. Okay, cleaned up, right? Almost, okay. But using that balm first just makes it glide on really seamlessly, and it's not going to add texture, but it did put a little hue of pink, but it did cancel out that darkness that I get under my eyes that I don't like. All right, we're going to use the big end of the detail brush. I'm going to go into Nutmeg, tapping straight up and down, tapping onto it. Don't wipe. This makeup is not meant to be wiped through. This color is by far the best match I have come across. So I put this on the lower part of my face and it just erases and evens my skin tone. It's like it makes my makeup look like it's an eraser rather than an applier. And I love the finished look on this. Okay. We're just gonna swip this up. I bring mine up a little high on my cheeks because I do have acne scarring, hyperpigmentation, and this just helps smooth it all out. So grabbing a little more, we're gonna go right down here. I always apply my main highlight to this part of my face because I'm not contouring, bronzing, or blushing right here. This is just a place reserved for my main highlight. I like to build it up and do very little product, especially once I found my perfect match, which is Athens. I don't need quite as much. It works really beautifully. I do like to focus my main highlights down where it almost goes under my jawline because I never want that dreaded makeup line like I'm wearing a mask. So I would just bring it down a little bit more, but I bring it up. And that's it. That's all the main highlight I'm going to be using. I'm going to go into a little bit of brightening really quick. And I'm just going to put this right here in the middle. And then I'm going to pull this over each brow. Like so. And then I'm going to fluff it up. I'm going to underblend this. I'm not going to, you're going to see it. Just like that. I'm going to grab a little bit more. I'm just lightly tapping really on the tin portion. And I'm going to hit my Cupid's bow. It's a pretty area, and all I'm doing is accentuating it with a little bit of a highlight. The way you accentuate a shadow with contour, I'm accentuating a reflecting light area. That makes sense, right? Next, I'm going to go into Fiji. Be careful. This is creamy. I put too much on the other day. I mean, put too much on is relative because it blends down really seamlessly, but I'm just going to tap some on. And I'm going to go here and here on either side. And then I'm going to bring it together. I'm going to push up towards my hairline. And then I'm just going to flick and bring this down. You don't want it to be drastic, but this is a beautiful color. It reminds me of a less harsh indigo when I put it on. All right, so now I'm going into that. I'm using the side of the brush right here, and I'm just grabbing that. We could do it with this little end. Grabbing that brightening, and I'm pulling it into that Fiji, I'm gonna call it my contour line, pulling it in, and it just evens out and it merges together, and it's so stunning. All right, I'm gonna grab a little more, just a little, and we're gonna go on the side of the nose, on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now remember, this is creamy, so when you go to tap back in, just tap once if you're gonna be adding to what you've already done. Otherwise, you can over apply and then it just looks a little crazy. But now I'm just tapping this down and blending it out on either side of my nose. Boom. I don't know if you can hear my cold, but I got one. Okay, pushing up into the brows, grabbing a little more, just tap. And then we're gonna square it off. Tippy tippy tip, boom, 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 and we're just bringing it up. I'm gonna go in on the small end. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Versailles, and I'm gonna go right down the middle, and then I'm gonna go right here across the tip. I like the way that this has been making my nose look, so I do it. Like we do anything. We aren't gonna pick colors that other people tell us look good. We're gonna pick things that make us look good to us. I wear my makeup for me. I don't wear it for everybody else. Okay, grabbing a little more, tappy tap tap. I'm gonna go above my natural shadow, and I'm just gonna press this in, and I'm accentuating. I'm just pushing in to that cheekbone. Look at how, oh, that's a good contour, man. That right there was a good contour. Tappy tap in front of that earlobe, and then pulling it down, just like that. Okay, tap tap, going in, and I'm just hitting above that natural shadow, and I'm just pressing and flicking into my cheekbone here. And just let me add a little light. Ta-da! All right, that just helps light up that side so you can see it a little better. But I'm just adding into that natural cheekbone area right there. So pretty. Grab, grab, and then in front of that earlobe, and then down the jaw. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Athens. And I have some scarring down here from old breakouts, and I'm just gonna sweep that right there just to give it a good amount of coverage. Okay, let's bronze, shall we? I'm gonna use my finger and just tap this out. We're gonna bronze. I'm going into nutmeg, that new highlight color. So we're gonna grab, 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 and I'm going to go on either side, and I'm just gonna add that little bit of warmth. Look at how pretty that is. It's so, I like warmth. I like my makeup to have a touch of warmth to it. I am naturally a bit cool toned, so give me all the warmth, okay? Grabbing a little more, I'm gonna go above that contour right here, and I'm just gonna add that bronzer called Highlight Nutmeg, and above, I just thought it would be fun to go think outside the box. There's all kinds of rules. Bronzer is bronzer. No, it's not. Bronzer is fun, and do whatever you want with it. It's a lip liner, it's a lipstick, it's a blush. If you like a good neutral blush color, use your bronzers as your blush. It's okay, there's no rules. Nobody's gonna come after you, knocking on your door like, you use the wrong color in the wrong area. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So I like using highlights for whatever I want. I mean, I use contours to correct. I've used contours as a main highlight. When I get into the summer and I get all my color, I use walnut contour as my main highlight, and I love it. It's good. All right, let's get into the blush. We're gonna go into Wildflower. I'm using the blush and bronzer brush now. I didn't need to use it for my bronzer, but I will say sweep into this. This is light, and it's not quite as creamy as the other ones, but oh, that's a pretty color. It's really light and natural, and I like it paired with, look at that. It's just, it's like it almost makes you look a little flush, but without looking like you have rosacea. So this would be a really good color to go over your rosacea, I think. And I think it's great as a corrector. You may be able to sweep this over your rosacea. I don't have a lot of rosacea. I have like a touch, not enough to really experiment with. So if you have rosacea and you have Wildflower, give it a whirl and report back to me. Help me help you, right? Okay, so I've got this blush on. It's so, so pretty. All right, I'm gonna use the small end of the detail brush. We're going into Versailles. We're gonna go over this Wildflower under eye correcting. Always going onto that orbital bone first, and then I work my way up, and then I just add as I need to, and then I pull it up and out, just like that. I really like having that brightness on the inner corner. I just think it brightens things up, makes my eyes look a little bit bigger and a little younger. But look at that, that's pretty. That is pretty stuff. Okay, going under that trough and onto that orbital bone. I like using, this is a palette 8, holds 8 tins, if you didn't know, but that's what it does, and it's nice and small and compact. What's really nice is if you ever carry hair ties or bobby pins, I have bobby pins in my hair now, you can, it's magnetic, so you just stick those hairpins in there. It's nice, especially if you're gonna touch up at the end of the night before you go maybe meet your husband for dinner or whatever, girls' night, woohoo! But you can keep those bobby pins in there and you can touch your face up before you skedoot out. Look at how pretty that is. We're gonna pull some up right here. Okay, Wildflower is a great under eye corrector. Just gonna say that right now. Now you know. Okay, next I'm going to use I'm gonna use this brush and I'm gonna go into my contour a little bit, because it's creamy, because it's a highlight. And I'm going to go under my lip and I'm going to give myself a shadow. I want to give the illusion I have bigger lips, so I just add outside of my lips a little shadow. Isn't that pretty? It just gives the illusion there's a bit of a curl. And I'm gonna use this little end and I'm just gonna create a brightness on the outsides. And this is gonna create contrast, and it's also going to work in the reverse of a shadow. So this is gonna give me, it's gonna pull it out, whereas the shadow pulls it in, and then this gives you a pout. And there you have it. All right, I'm gonna grab, this is a multitasker brush, really good brush. I'm going to line my lips with Fiji. Somebody did this with indigo, and I thought, if it works with indigo, surely Fiji will work. I'm gonna line my lips with Fiji, nice and dark. And then we're gonna fill it in with Wildflower, because why not? I already prepped my lips with that balm, and so it's nice and hydrated. I have a dry piece of skin there, probably from my cold. And then I'm gonna go right down here, and I'm gonna line. I don't outer line my lips. I just hug that edge like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Right on the edge. All right, we're gonna tap this out. It's dark, okay? We're gonna grab Wildflower, put it on the finger, and then I'm gonna tap it because I don't wanna go crazy and give chalkiness a look. Smoosh it and push it into that liner. I hate putting on lip color on camera. I think I say that every time I'm putting on color on camera. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of balm and I'm gonna go over it. It just adds that extra. It makes it look a little more of a sheen, not like gloss, but it adds a bit of a sheen. But that's pretty. Okay, we're gonna grab the fluffy end. We're gonna go into our setting powder, tap some off, and I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna work my way in. And I'm gonna set this because, again, I am oily, but I like going over things with a fluffy brush because it just kind of marries everything together. I'm gonna grab my setting spray, Urban Decay De-Slick, because again, I'm oily. But this is a really pretty look. This is a soft look. Goes great with my shirt. Who knew? But if you wanted to, you can't punch this up. And I like a good punchy blush. I'm gonna add a little extra. Oh, this is a good color. I didn't think it would show the way that it shows, but this is pretty. This whole look is really beautiful, I think. And it's my face. So I used all the new highlights. So again, Athens is my main, Versailles is my brightening, Fiji highlight as my contour, Wildflower as my under eye corrector, my blush, and my lipstick. Awesome. I have Nutmeg as my bronzer. But again, I also have Fiji as my lip liner, and then my Vanilla Dust setting powder, and then balm. And that just makes my eyes have this beautiful dewy finish. If you want it more matte, you can certainly take your brush right here, start it on the outside, and then work your way in, and you can matte it out. I do really like using the balm under my eyes, under all of my correctors, because it makes it just go on like a dream, and it's not going to make it look crepey. It's really, at the risk of contradicting myself, because I do call my YouTube Makeup Not Magic, it's kind of like magic. Anyways, that's it. Message me for a color match, and have a great day.